Hello, everyone. Jason here for your live Q&A. Everyone, Jason here with your live Q&A with LocalPhotoClasses.com. You'll see that I'm in an unusual environment. I'm actually in the back seat of my car, ready to go play a kickball game, but due to scheduling issues, I'm obviously here making sure that I'm taking care of any questions that you guys have, and then I get to go play my kickball game. So I want to make sure you guys are my #1 priority, and so far I've only got one question, so just to be on the safe side, you have the option to add questions.
Hello, everyone. Jason here for your live Q&A.
I have an audio issue here.
Everyone, Jason here with your live Q&A with LocalPhotoClasses.com. You'll see that I'm in an unusual environment. I'm actually in the back seat of my car.
Fine. There we go. Sorry, a little bit of audio feedback. So what we're doing is basically answering any questions that come in. If you're on the live YouTube page, you have the ability to add comments on the right side of the video. So it's really simple. You just need to make sure you're logged in with a Gmail account, and you'll be able to pop in any questions that you want. So the first question I had was from, let's see, let me pull it up real quick. It was in the email, and it was, where'd it go? It's about basically how to go about taking professional interior design photos. Basically making your interior design look good, and to take great photos and realize the professional interior design, similar to a link that she shared with me, which was an example of a really nice photo of a really nice, well designed interior. So it's a big question to answer. The question wasn't too clear as to whether you want to start a business or you maybe are an interior designer, you want to learn how to take better pictures of interior design. To basically question the best that I can, essentially what you want to do is, one, gear. Gear makes a huge impact on the overall quality of the images that you're going to be able to create in interior settings, like interior design, mansions, homes, businesses, whatever it may be. So recommendation for equipment would be, first and foremost, an ultra-wide angle lens. You can buy ultra-wide angle lenses for all cameras. I'm going to stick with DSLRs. I don't have a lot of information about what you have, and I don't see you live with us right now, so I'm not able to ask you any questions. But with interior design, you want an ultra-wide angle lens. So if you have like a Nikon or a Canon DSLR, basically the ones you can take on and off the lenses with, then you'll want to invest into an ultra wide, something like a Tokina 11 to 18 f2.8. That's an off-brand one that will do great for getting you a good wide perspective. That's usually what's ideal in almost all interior photos and architectural photography, is giving a wide angle. It creates a much more vast looking image and subject. From there, the image that you showed, was HDR, which stands for high dynamic range. And with high dynamic range, it's basically the act of taking multiple photos, and one underexposed, one underexposed, one overexposed, and combining them in Photoshop or software called Photomatics or HDR Suite, either one of those. And what that will do is it'll get you a good exposure for the outside, the inside, and the midtones. Mostly all professional interior design photographers, real estate photographers, always do HDR. It tends to be a little bit cheaper as opposed to buying all the gear and setup for lighting the interior. So that could be one of your options. So having a nice ultra-wide angle lens for your camera is really important. If you have a full frame camera, you might want to get like a 16 to 35 or like a 14 to 24 millimeter lens for the ultra-wide perspective. All great lenses. From there, having a tripod and making sure you shoot in manual mode to get the proper exposures for the interior. And kind of a quick tip for all interior shots is always have 3 walls in the shot. The reason why you always want 3 walls creates a sense of vastness, makes rooms look a lot bigger than they maybe actually are. So those are some good tips for interior design. So gear is going to be really helpful. Shooting with a wide-angle lens, having a good DSLR camera, trying HDR, high dynamic range, and taking multiple images and combining them into one to get a perfect exposure. And experimenting and taking time, getting your settings right, shooting in manual. It's not something you just learn in a one-step thing, but I'm hoping that I'm teaching you some terminology that might be new to you that you can start then to research or follow up with additional questions that I can then address and kind of lead you down a more specific path. But unfortunately, with the information I have from your comment when you booked the class, that's all I can really provide at this point. So if you have any additional questions, you're more than welcome to provide them. For anyone else that has any questions, so far that was the only question for tonight so far. I'm going to check a couple of pages real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's see here. No questions there. And no questions there. All right, well, it looks like that's a wrap for tonight. No one has any more specific questions? Yep. All right, guys. Well, I just want to thank you guys for attending the class today. You guys can sign up for any of our local classes. We do free meet critiques locally in San Diego every month. This one will be at the end of the month, I believe, on July 30th. We want to see you guys there. Basically, you take photos, you bring them there to the event, and we critique them and give you feedback on what you can do better. And yeah, if you guys ever have any questions, you're always more than welcome to reach out. We do these live Q&As every single month, usually the second Tuesday of every month. So I hope you guys got some value out of this. We mainly answered just that one question about taking interior design photos. And I hope to see you guys in a future class. Have a great day.